I took an AP environmental science class in high school and I loved it. I can't wait to get my degree and get out into the workforce. This is where I first learned about the water crisis. But not too long ago, someone said to me,
"You know, for an environmentalist, you're pretty wasteful. Nobody needs a 20-minute shower."
They were right. I knew about freshwater scarcity, but didn't think about how my action was making the matters worse. We're basically using and abusing it, and as a result, our resources are beginning to dwindle. If you took all the water in the world and put it into a gallon jug, less than 1 teaspoon of it would be available to us. This tiny share of fresh water must meet the needs of everyone living today, our future generations, and of course, all of nature. It's enough for right now, but the demand for water is getting higher and higher as our population continues to grow. The bottom line is that humans, just like any other species, will reach carrying capacity as resources run out. But we don't know when this will happen. It could be in 20 years, in 50 years, or not until centuries from now. For this reason, we need to use what we have sustainably. But many of us consume more than our fair share. The lifestyle of the average American, for example, requires nearly 2,000 gallons per day. This includes household use, the water that runs through toilets, taps, and garden hoses, but a large portion of our footprint is hidden in energy, transportation, and the production of material goods. As writer Barbara Kingsolver explains, civilization has been slow to give up on our myth of the Earth's infinite generosity. Declining to look for evidence to the contrary, we just knew that the water we needed was there. We pumped aquifers and diverted rivers, trusting the twin lucky stars of unrestrained human expansion and endless supply. Now water tables plummet in countries harboring half the world's population. Rather grandly, we have overdrawn our accounts. Fortunately, there are preventative measures that can be taken. To save water, we need to reduce consumption. This can be easily done by making small changes in our habits and everyday activities. For example, try to make your shower at least 2 minutes shorter, turn off the tap while brushing your teeth, and fix leaky faucets as soon as you can. It might not sound like much, but it adds up over time and every drop counts. You can also try changing your diet. A vegan, someone who doesn't eat or use animal products, indirectly consumes about 600 gallons of water per day, less than a person who eats the average American diet. Meat and dairy diets have a much larger water footprint because it includes all of the water that's required to farm and cultivate feed crops for the livestock, in addition to the water that's used for food processing and retail. But overconsumption isn't the only problem. Thanks to us, freshwater sources are often the endpoint for all kinds of contaminants. Pools of perfectly good drinking water are turned into lethal cocktails of chemical and biological waste as they fill with sewage, animal excrement, industrial pollution, and urban runoff. As a matter of fact, only 10% of all wastewater gets treated. The rest of it goes into lakes, rivers, and oceans. This is mostly because many parts of the world can't afford to build costly treatment facilities. Many developed countries have established regulations that prohibit industrial and agricultural operations from dumping pollutants directly into lakes, streams, and rivers. They also have filtration plants that make water safe to consume. Some regions throughout the country are promoting green infrastructure, a sustainable method of managing stormwater runoff, thereby improving water quality. Portland, Oregon is one of the greenest cities in the United States. Its active pursuit of eco-roofs, green streets, and rain gardens has prevented sewer overflows into the Willamette River. This is just one of many solutions, but will they be enough? A popular essay titled The Tragedy of the Commons addresses situations in which the rational pursuit of self-interest leads to collective ruin. Cattle farmers sharing a common pasture, for example, will increase their herds until the pasture's been destroyed by overgrazing. Is this what it's going to take for us to change our ways? In the words of Kingsolver, we are not important to water. It's the other way around. Our task is to work out reasonable ways to survive inside its boundaries. It is our way of knowing the stakes, the better to know our place.